Hi everyone and welcome to JMC Jams, episode 9 now of season 3. We're really scooting along towards that end line. It'll soon be Thanksgiving and of course then we'll be like breaking up for winter break and Christmas and all the rest of it, right? So, but we've got a really exciting episode planned for you today. We have two members from the ad club, from the executive board. We've got Bella and we've got Kimberley, and they're going to be talking to us a little bit about what they do in the ad club, but also particularly about one initiative that is really kind of cool, and we're hoping that it will pave the way for more initiatives of that kind. And we'll tell you a bit more about that in a few minutes. So, first of all, I just want to say hi to you both, and thank you for coming on.
Of course.
And being so coordinated. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We didn't plan this one today.
And hopefully there won't be a bull in the room, because if there's a bull in the room, it's going to go for you.
Yeah.
So, but thank you so much for coming along. And I just want to just ask you first of all, because we were just talking about this, right? You're both public relations majors, but you're taking an active leadership role in the ad club. I think that's kind of a nice way to show how we kind of cross over between advertising and PR and how we're kind of like interrelated in that way, right? So tell us a bit, Bella, what is it that you do on the exec board?
So while we're both on the community engagement side of things for Ad Club, my initiative is mostly for the James Lake partnership that we have. But on top of that, we also focus on events. So our Boba Social that we had, we also focus on different types of bonding that the club can do together. So we're mostly on the event planning side for Ad Club, yeah.
And what do you do? Well, apart from what
Yeah,
Bella's
we
just
work
said.
together. We like to say that she does more of like the external comm, and I do more the internal comm. So I take care of like organizing fundraisers, organizing like the events that we have coming up. For example, our Empire tour in SF, and just taking care of the internal things like that.
Communicating with the
Yeah.
members and.
Communicating with the members, sending out forms,
Yeah.
organizing.
And how many do you have in Ad Club right now?
I believe we have about, I think we had like 20 signups. I'm not too sure of that
Yeah.
number. But for the James Lake side, those are the numbers that we have, that we know for sure. I think we have about, other than the executive board, who are all advisors for the James Lake program, I think we had five volunteer signups to be more mentors for high school students in Eastside San Jose.
So you've got 25, maybe 30 people who are kind of involved right now in Ad
Yes.
Club, which is great, actually. You know, we're starting to see these numbers growing. And I think, like, you know, the president and the rest of the board have been doing some great work over the last few years to kind of bring our numbers back up as they were, you know, pre-COVID, actually.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And why is it? Okay, I mean, I'm just curious. I'm sure other people are. You're public relations. Why are you in the ad club? Should the ad club not just be for advertising people?
I think that with public relations and advertising, I think as a PR major, my whole stance was establishing relationships. So while being in ad club, I'm establishing relationships with so many different majors and seeing how these people can further the initiatives that we want to bring. And I mean, for myself, I'm very much an event planning PR type of person. So when Michelle offered this opportunity to me, I knew I had to take it because it would give me experience in the event planning side that I haven't been able to do just because I'm more focused on like social media work or writing. So that event planning side was something that I knew that I had to take on, and I'm like happy to do it with Kim because we're duo partners together.
And you work in DBH agency alongside advertising majors and design majors too, and marketing and what have you, right? So, I mean, you know, it wasn't like sort of a trick question or anything. It's just that sometimes we think, oh, we compartmentalize too much, right? We've got like a, you know, PR unit in the PR club, but no, I mean, this is not how we operate in the real world, right?
And kind of to add on to that, I feel like in public relations, you have more of like the copywriter side of things, but there's so many different career paths you can go into with public relations. So I'm so grateful to Ad Club because I've gotten more exposure to different aspects of mass communication.
Yeah, that's really cool. And specifically, I wanted to talk to you guys today about, and you've been hinting at it, you know, the James Lake School mentorship program. It's not an internship, it's a mentorship thing.
Yeah. So I first brought this idea up to Kim when we first got the role. just because one of my passions not only is public relations and advertising and all the mass communications types of things, but also giving back. So my mom actually is principal at James Lake High School, and a lot of the times with her students, they are funneled into very specific career paths of either being nurses or just very straightforward paths, but I guess there's not a lot of exposure to different career paths like public relations or advertising and mass communications, just because that was the bring up that we had the opportunity to explore those different types of career paths, right? So a big thing for us was figuring out how we could bring together the ad club with the San Jose community, just because it's easy for us to stay focused on campus, but a big thing that I think that all of the ad club members are really passionate about is just giving back to the younger generations. So with this partnership, we were able to go to James Lake High School and table and bring out information about Advertising Club. We also talked to their leadership classes to talk about what they can do for advertising their events and stuff like that. So really giving them exposure, but also showing them that what they do right now with TikTok and all their different types of social media advertising for their events is something that they could actually do in the future and actually make money with their careers. So
Yeah, that's amazing. So what do you do when you go there?
To James Lake High School.
Yeah.
So we had 2 sessions, and they were both like ASB classes, and we had the opportunity to talk to the kids. We gave a little presentation on the Spartan Ad Club and what we do and who we are, and kind of a rundown on like what advertisement is or just mass communications. And Bella organized like this breakout activity where they all had to make like a TikTok video advertising one of their events. So with the kids I was working with, they had their homecoming coming up, and we did a little TikTok promoting that. And then after, we all showcased the video, and they were able to just express their creativity and learn that there are creative career paths. It's not just being a nurse or doing trade labor work and stuff like that.
Right, and where does it go from here? I mean, do you keep on this relationship with them?
yeah, so with the students that were interested in our activity and the students that came up to us during their lunch, we got their contact information, and from there we're going to partner them up with different mentees that we have on the Spartan Ad Club, where we're going to give them either just exposure to the different projects that we're doing in our classes or projects that we have in our internships. So those are just some ways, but also what was amazing was their activities director actually told us that they have certain committees that focus on communications, social media, all those different types of things. So we'll be able to advise them directly on their initiatives and what they're doing. And something that we didn't note either is that there's something called the Spartan Promise, I believe, with the Eastside Union School District. So not only is this mentorship program a way for us to expose youth to mass communications, but I also think it's a great recruiting tactic for the JMC program overall. So just so that students start applying for majors in our department to bring in more students into the program.
Yeah, I mean, this is what caught my attention, actually. I thought, wow, these guys are doing recruitment for us. And they're doing some good as well, right? You're like helping these kids to kind of sort of improve their skills or to think about different career options, of course, you know. But then, yeah, there's that other side of it, which means that maybe they'll be encouraged to apply to JMC, certainly to SJSU, you know. And so that's a great thing as well, I think, you know, because it's kind of completing that circle, isn't it? You know, lots of keeping it within San Jose and helping each other out, being part of the community, which is a big part of who we are in JMC. You can see that in action there. What I love is that you guys are doing learning by doing for them, and that's kind of cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just practicing what we've learned for myself, I'm a senior right now, so it's just bringing out that education that I learned here. So the projects that we had together in DBH, those are just, that's us showing others like what we've learned these past couple of years. So it's been really fun.
Yeah, and it's good to see it's an active club, right?
Yeah.
You're not just doing crafting evenings or boba socials, which are great, they're all part of it, but you're doing stuff like this as well.
Yeah.
What other activities do you have planned that are kind of similar?
Oh, last week we just had a fundraiser for our club, and we were selling chocolate-covered strawberries, and we have more fundraisers planned ahead, as well as having, I think one of the biggest reasons I wanted to join Spartan Ad Club was connections and connecting with alumni. And this week we have a guest speaker coming, and she's going to get to connect with us, the members of Ad Club, and get to know us and get to know her story. And I feel like it's always very helpful hearing from people who are already professionals and out doing the job.
Yeah. And who's the speaker?
Do you remember her first and last? Or okay, I believe we have it on
Social media.
Yeah, on
It's
Spartan Ad
Dana,
Club.
isn't it? Is it
Yeah.
Dana
Yeah.
McBarney?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's great. I mean, she was one of our students here, and it really feels like it wasn't that long ago, right? But it was actually. I mean, when did Dana graduate? But she was a big part of the advertising community, involved in DBH. I believe she was in the NSAC team that year as well when she was in DBH. So, you know, very much capturing what it is that advertising is here in JMC and what you guys are doing. So it's good to see that you're kind of connecting with them and you're bringing them back. And I mean, just quickly before, because I've been given less of the 4-minute warning from Juan. Are you guys excited to be thinking about going to New York with the ad club, or are you planning to go?
I think that Kim and I are so excited for
so
New York.
Yeah?
We've actually been talking about it for a while. And when Michelle reached out to us about joining the ad club, she was like, imagine us going to New York together, because it would be so much fun. So, I mean, that is a big driving factor, I think, with our recruitment process for Advertising Club, that we get to go across the country to gain more exposure to different like PR firms and advertising opportunities. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity for not only us, but just for all the members in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a highlight of the year. And don't forget to take your networking stuff, you know, your business cards or
Your resume.
links to your portfolio, resumes and so on, and talk to people, right? Because otherwise you're just going to be passive participants, just sitting in a room, but talk and ask questions. And I'm sure you guys will, you know?
Yeah.
PR people do. You guys like to talk, right?
That's honestly one of the main reasons why I chose my major, just because it bridges together talking and writing and event planning and all such.
Yeah, and you've got to be
things.
facing your clients, your audience, and it's kind of, it's an
Practicing
exciting
those soft skills.
Exactly, exactly. And I love what you guys are doing with the James Lick High School. It's really valuable, and I hope that it carries on. That you kind of continue with this and pass it on to like, so the next group of ad club members after you've gone, because you've got the direct connection, but
Yeah.
pass those connections on, you guys, because this is so useful. So it's great. It's part of being in San Jose, right?
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for joining me today and telling us about this great initiative. You know, it's been great. It's been fun, and I look forward to hearing next semester what you guys have done in New York.
Yeah.
Thank
For
you for
sure.
having
Thank you
us.
so
yeah,
much.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so that wraps up this week's JMC Jams. Spartan Ad Club doing some great work out there in the community and building the community here in JMC as well. So next week we have Tower Tunes. We've got Tower Tunes coming back to talk about what they're doing right now, because the whole thing has grown. It's exploded out of control. And actually, I'm going to be guesting on their podcast this week, which is going to be fun. I've got my records upstairs, and I can't wait to do that. So until next week, this is JMC Jams, and we're calling it a wrap.